Today, we're literally turning off the lights and plunging headfirst into the greatest unexplored frontier left on Earth. We're going deep underwater. I mean, think about it. We've got satellites, artificial intelligence, incredible submarines, and yet our own oceans are hiding mountains, monsters, and mysteries that still completely baffle modern science. So strap in, because we're descending right into the abyss. Okay, let's dive into this. It's actually a massive irony of modern human achievement that we know significantly more about the dusty, barren surface of Mars than we do about the deepest trenches of our very own planet. Right? We're literally looking millions of miles into space, while the greatest mysteries are sitting right here, right under our own waves. Just to put the sheer scale of this into perspective for a second, over 70% of our planet is covered by ocean. 70%. Yet, despite all our modern tech, we've barely scratched the surface. Most of that massive expanse is completely dark, freezing cold, and largely untouched by human eyes. Section 1. Into the Twilight Zone. So, to understand what's hiding down there, we first need to leave the sunlit surface waters, what scientists call the epipelagic zone, and descend. As the sunlight completely disappears, creatures have to adapt. Enter bioluminescence. Thousands of unknown, incredibly strange species use this biochemical adaptation to just glow in the absolute dark. It's like a living light show down there. They use these glowing lights to communicate, lure in prey, or startle predators. And the really wild part? Scientists are discovering new glowing deep-sea species every single year.
Section 2. Sounds and Sunken Anomalies.
But, glowing biology is really just the opening act. As we descend even deeper into the pitch black, we start encountering strange anomalies, things that aren't just biological, but genuinely anomalous. Take 1997, for example. Underwater microphones operated by NOAA picked up something massive. A sound so powerful, an ultra-low frequency noise, that it was detected thousands of kilometers away across the Pacific Ocean. It was famously dubbed the bloop, and man, it captured the imagination of millions, making everyone wonder if some colossal, totally unknown sea monster was lurking in the depths. Now, what's really interesting here is seeing how science separates those wild internet myths from reality. For the bloop, while people definitely speculated about giant sea creatures, the accepted scientific explanation is actually massive ice quakes from cracking Antarctic ice. And looking at the Baltic Sea anomaly discovered back in 2011, well, its circular shape sparked intense rumors of sci-fi UFOs, but the reality is just a mix of glacial rock formations and the natural limits of sonar imaging. Still, it's absolutely fascinating how the unknown plays tricks on our imagination, isn't it?
Section 3. Surviving the Mariana Trench.
One mystery gets explained, that the ocean always gives us more. We're now dropping into the darkest, most unforgiving place on the planet, plunging nearly 11 kilometers straight down into the Challenger Deep, right at the very bottom of the Mariana Trench. Now, we all know how massive Mount Everest is, right? Well, at 8.8 kilometers tall, if you took Mount Everest and dropped it straight into the Mariana Trench, its peak would still be completely submerged under more than 2 kilometers of water. That is the mind-boggling scale we're talking about here. The conditions down here are incredibly visceral. It is an environment of pure absolutes. Absolute darkness, freezing temperatures, and a crushing pressure that would instantly crumple most modern submarines like an empty soda can. For decades, scientists assumed, quite logically, that nothing could possibly survive down here. But they were wrong. We've actually found life. Giant amphipods, bizarre transparent sea cucumbers, and these highly resilient microorganisms. Discovering these alien-like life forms thriving under such extreme, supposedly impossible conditions, it fundamentally changed everything scientists thought they knew about the absolute limits of life on Earth. So you might be wondering, how do they do it without the sun? The answer is chemosynthesis. Deep down on the seafloor, hydrothermal vents violently erupt boiling, mineral-rich water right into the freezing ocean. And instead of using sunlight, specialized bacteria synthesize organic compounds entirely from the chemical energy of these volcanic vents. It is a completely different, almost alien way to power an ecosystem. This vent system supports a shockingly thriving community. Giant tube worms, deep-sea crabs, shrimp, all surviving in the pitch black. And this brilliantly illustrates a much bigger point. If life can survive here, just feeding off chemicals in the dark, It completely opens up the possibility that similar life could be hiding right now beneath the icy, dark oceans of alien moons in our solar system, like Europa and Enceladus. How cool is that? Section 4. Ghosts and Lost Worlds.
But biology isn't the only thing hiding in the abyss. We're going to pivot now from ecosystems to the eerie remnants and elusive phantoms of the deep. We also have some of the rarest, most incredible animals ever caught on camera by robotic submarines. We're talking the ghost shark, the prehistoric-looking frilled shark, the famous giant squid, and the terrifyingly named vampire squid. Many of these animals remained completely unknown to humanity for centuries, simply because we physically could not reach their deep-sea habitats.
And alongside those elusive creatures are the physical ghosts of our own human history. There are thousands upon thousands of historic ships, merchant vessels, and warships sitting completely undiscovered beneath the waves. They're like entire lost worlds, covered in coral, just sitting in silence. Every time a new deep-sea archaeological expedition goes down, it has the potential to literally rewrite human history.
Section 5. The Unmapped Frontier.
Now, finding these lost ships and creatures obviously requires a map. And well, that is our biggest hurdle. Because when it comes to geological wonders, like enormous underwater mountain ranges that rival the Andes, deep-sea volcanoes, and vast trenches, we're basically operating in incredibly low resolution. We simply don't know what the terrain looks like for massive stretches of our own world. We're truly only just beginning to see the epic underwater topography of Earth. Overcoming this is a massive technological challenge. Mapping the abyss requires deploying advanced autonomous underwater vehicles, or AUVs. These robots have to dive way down, scan these vast, low-resolution areas with high-tech sonar, and then bring that data all the way back to be processed. It is slow, tedious, and incredibly difficult work, but honestly, it's the only way to peel back the curtain. And you might be asking, why does all this matter? Why pour so much effort and money into the dark? Well, because the ocean has fundamentally shaped life on Earth for billions of years. It regulates our entire climate system. It produces much of the oxygen you are breathing right now. It feeds billions of people. Understanding the ocean isn't just about satisfying our curiosity. It's absolutely crucial for understanding the very life support system of our planet. Which leaves us with this final, thrilling thought. If we're still discovering hundreds of new marine species every single year, and if we still haven't mapped the vast majority of the ocean floor, what else is waiting down there in the darkness? The greatest mystery of the deep ocean isn't actually what we've discovered so far. The greatest mystery is everything that still remains unseen beneath the waves.